addiction.
L Biggs, man.
Wake up this morning. You know, yesterday I had like $190 in the bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go to check my app, and I have $368 in there. I'm like, what? Like, what happened? I got reverse robbed, you know? Like,
reverse robbed.
So I close out of the app and I fucking upload it again and look at it. It's the same. I was like, okay, well, like it's just, it was in my head, like, spend it before you lose it. So, right?
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I ended up giving Dallas $100. He has something he has to pay for football. They're going back to school Tuesday. And, you know, I can't give one without giving the other. So I gave Tara $60 because she don't know how much I gave Dallas. And to be fair, like, he's spending his, like, on, like, fees.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. And like, yeah.
I wake up this morning, dude, and I have a negative $130. And I was so mad because it's like, someone just fucking pulled the rug out from under me, God. You know.
So what was a credit that they gave you, and then they just realized
I don't
they gave
know.
it to you?
I didn't figure it out. Like, I'm just fucking. I don't have any answers at this point, but moral of the story is, if you get extra money,
it's not extra.
Be careful, you know.
It definitely ain't extra. They always find out.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like, I was checking it, getting gas for this motherfucker. I'm so thankful gas is back to like fucking $2 and, you know, 70 cents. Mm-hmm. Like,
manageable.
But even then, fucking, Bertha, fucking $20 will get you fucking 80 miles, you know? Yeah. Like, it's like,
yeah,
it hurts. Like, it's kind of offensive. I fucking, like, bitch, who taught you? Like, thank God for stomachs. I almost dropped dip. Dip's getting expensive. It's like, I don't do anything fancy at all. Hey, therefore, Leroy Biggs checks his mirrors, bitch. I hope Tamika's watching my insurance lady. Shout out Allstate.
Shout out Allstate, dude.
You know, you remember a time, Chad, I was bitching about paying $300 a month for car insurance? Yep. Allstate full coverage, $150. And if I wreck it, I get a year newer vehicle. I hope you hit me. Chad's putting on his seatbelt. I don't drive like Chad Bob. We merge. You know what I'm saying? We merge, God. I told Chad, which Chad fucking totally agreed and was saying the same stuff, but like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to talk about being like I'm not going to blatantly talk about being sober much anymore, just because I feel like it's happened. Like it's done now. Like it's not like something I'm working towards. I have it. And it's, you know, now it's time to just run with it. Yep. Right? Well, like, I kind of feel like a fucking kid again, dude. Like, I feel like how I did at the beginning. Like, it's, you know, like, almost like an innocence sort of, you know, type shit. But, like, I have no want to for fucking rah-rah shit. You know, like, I no longer have a wanting to be like, I don't give a fuck. I hope you're the baddest in the room. Because that, you know, like, there's so much work that comes with that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're trying to keep that up.
And especially, like, being entertainers and shit, like, I feel like 99% of us, and I'm saying 99% because I'm guilty of it too, like, you know, we glorify false fucking titles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck a false title ain't real. If it ain't real, it's free. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and it just, if you told me 8 months ago where I'd be at today, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would have bet everything against it.
Yeah.
And, you know, God works in mysterious ways, man. I'm not pushing, you know, I'm not pushing religion onto anybody that fucking doesn't want it. All I'm doing is giving my credit where it's due. And my credit goes to a higher power.
Yeah.
I did it by myself, man. Well, let me take that back. I didn't do it by myself. I did it with my friends.
Yeah.
I didn't do it like with a 12-step, you know. And now it's like shit's funny again, dude. I giggle. Like, motherfuckers ask me, like, dude, are you tripping? Are you fucking high? And it's no, dude, I'm just goofy. I would have said the R word if y'all wouldn't fucking cancel me. But, yeah. Shout out this Nissan Armada.
Shout out Armanda, dude.
Yeah,
she works down there at fucking check to cash, dude.
Yeah. And no
get
bullshit.
you a title loan.
No bullshit. I think a Nissan Datsun's behind us. I ain't seen one of those since fucking... I don't even know. Fucking Harrison Ford didn't have gray hair.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Nissan Datsun since the first Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Yeah! I ain't seen a Nissan Datsun since fucking there's a bush in the office, you know what I'm saying?
What about the list getting announced, dude? Oh, Epstein, dude.
Dude, he was popular. Fucking, you know, everyone talk. What about fucking, I gotta fucking talk shit.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
James. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what Aaron Rodgers said, but, you know, he alluded to the fact that Jimmy Kimmel was on an Epstein flight or whatever, right? And Jimmy Kimmel, the response to it was, I wasn't there, I'll sue you, asshole. And it's like, saying you're not there is one thing, but
yeah,
to say you're going to sue and all this other shit, which I mean, I understand being mad if shit's false, but like, I don't see Aaron Rodgers as the type of guy to just lie.
Well, no, and if you know that you weren't there, why are you even getting mad that that's sitting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you should just be like, oh, that's funny, I definitely wasn't there. Like, if you getting that defensive, is you know how that goes, that's with anything. Like, if you say something that somebody is and they feel guilty, they're quick to jump to like, bullshit, dude. That ain't you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's what that was, dude. We were talking about that on like an old episode of the podcast from like 2021. We were talking about all that stuff, bro.
Dude, it just like, I don't know.
I still don't think anything's gonna happen though.
Oh, probably. Well, like, money makes the world go round.
Yeah.
Like, yuck. I hate to say it, but like, a lot of motherfuckers, like, I've said it before, and I'll explain it like this. Like, I've met all of my, like, idols at one point or another. Like, I don't have contact with all of them. Like, I literally, like, I'm just saying, like, I've met them, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Half of them broke my heart. And it's just like, you know, I like to think I got it pretty early, but I think I have a good amount of discernment in me. Like, I can, you know what I mean? I can call it for what it is. And, you know, I don't have to tell, like, I don't have to shit on people and fucking broadcast what I think, but, you know, at the very least, I know. Yeah. Right? And, like, money does something to people, dude, and it's not like, I'm not going to be the stereotypical shit where it's like, money changes people, fucking most people. I have seen certain people not fucking change.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, it's weird, man. Like, you know, I try to put myself in other shoes as I've seen it, right? And it's like, I can't live the life I'm living now with security and fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, like, it wouldn't fly. It would not fucking work. And there's police on River Road. I don't know who fucking started that. We didn't have police on this fucking road for my whole life. And then 2021, you seen them a couple times. As of 2024, dude, they're here every day. And it's awful because, well, I'm not going to talk shit about the police. The police are a needed thing for society. But this is the fucking get high and drive road. This is the DUI road. And it's because... No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
I was wondering where you was going with that.
I don't know where he's going. That cop probably needs to be here. I'm probably a piece of shit.
No.
But yeah, man. And I'm just so thankful for the fucking viewpoint I have right now, man. I'm so thankful for my fucking headspace. Like, money doesn't make my world go round.
Yeah.
You know,
shit's overrated anyways, bro.
Now, I spend the fuck out of money right now. They're like, I do not save any money, but I'm not blowing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally going into fucking surviving.
Yeah.
And, you know, I sit there and think about it, and it's like, well, dude, the rest of America's doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the only one. Like, you don't deserve a fucking medal. That's where that fucking privilege comes in. You know, yeah. But
yeah, dude.
I have a big family in the sense of that lives in, you know, our home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking, with the way I think today, dude, it's fun again. Like, it's like I've always been the person, like, no one really argues with me. Like, for, you know, a lot of the times I was too stoned. Like, it was like, you know, you're gonna laugh regardless. Yeah. Because it's just, I'm goofy. I'm a funny bunny.
Shout out to bunnies, dude. Shout out to funny bunnies. Yeah. Shout out to rabbits. Yeah. Shout out to Easter.
Don't you pull out, you dirty motherfucker. Okay.
In more ways than one.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Contraceptives. But
2024, dude. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, it's kind of depressing. Like, damn, dude, I'm not a kid anymore. You know?
I mean, like, when we first started doing these, it was summer of 2021. So, I mean, it was 2.5 years ago, almost 3.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about that, but yeah, that's what it was, though. It just seems like time just fucking
flew by.
Yeah, it just flies, dude. Like you said in the last interview, dude, time flies when you're busting nuts, dude.
Time flies, dude. Like, and I don't know, man. Like, I can't honestly say this, though, dude. The times where it looked like I wasn't, like, when I wasn't being productive, I was I lived a fucking life, man. Like, there's some, you know, and I think that goes back into being a funny person, I guess, but, like, dude, I got some stories I'll never share, but if I did, it would be like, you know, some are funny, some are sad, some are scratching your head, what the fuck, and some are like, ugh, dude, like, you know, and it's just, it's been a wild ride, man.
Yeah, and, you know, the fact that you've done all that and you're not even 25, like, you'll be 25 in April. That's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Think about.
Yeah. I mean,
but I mean, these years are the years that really you're supposed to kind of do that kind of stuff, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, you just kind of overdid it. But you were, I mean, what you were doing, most young adults, that's kind of what they're doing. Unless they're put in a scenario where they, you know what I mean? The majority of young adults are going to go out and kick it and party and stuff like that, man. But when you're my age and you're still going out and doing it, and it's like, that's when it hits different. Like,
yeah.
you know.
Well, like, I, you know, going to back and saying, like, I did this with friends and stuff, like, I'd say about, you know, we talk all throughout the week, all of us, but once a week I have like an hour and, you know, sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes 2-hour conversations with O&E and Twack.
Yeah.
And a lot of people wouldn't believe it, you know, because Twack's a porny or whatever, but like Twack actually has given some very, very solid in the moment advice.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and like, I'm excited to see what that brings, like from a business standpoint and from a music standpoint. That's an undercover cop. I still can spot him, but it's like that's a cop up there. It's
God.
Hey, I'm good. I know, boy.
Dude,
you see it, don't you?
Fucking eagle, yeah, eagle eye, dude.
Fuck you. No, I'm kidding, sir. I don't know your story.
Instant backpedal. But no, you talking about Twack.
Yeah, Twack. So, like, Twack said it on the podcast that dropped yesterday morning. You know, he's working on himself, and like it's hard, like, you know, but it's just like I don't know what brought that on. Like me doing what I'm doing, I like to think I made it clear, like, hey man, this is just because of me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, and you've seen it before, you know, we've been around other friends and stuff with some shit going on, and it's like,
yeah,
it don't bother me. Like, it's like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, my buddies that I respect, you know, some of them still do it, but it's like, they didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, now don't get me wrong, I stopped talking to about 90% of the overall people.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of the people that you stopped talking to, you only talked to whenever you was trying to do that.
Oh, yeah,
or when it was tied to that. You know what I'm saying? So it only makes sense that kind of situation gets switched a little bit, like once you change your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like when I did Twack's interview, Twack talked about it. You know, he talked about how he's trying to, you know, do better and get things on the straight and narrow with that. You know, it's just, it's not. I'm sure it's not easy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and man, it's just like, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I've had a lot of good friends throughout, you know, times in my life, and it's like, we're still friends, but we grew apart or like moved away or what have you. And like specifically right now where I am and where I'm at in life, like, I'm glad I got the friends I have. Yeah. Because it's like, you know, I'm not glorifying a life or nothing, but I really did live a certain type of life that's like fucking, you know, on some quote unquote gangster shit. And
a lot of the life that you were living, a lot of rappers rap about living that kind of life and don't even do nothing close to it.
No, bro. And it's like, it fucking, like, that shit fucking, now looking on it, now that I'm fucking, you know, trying to walk the line and do as I'm supposed to, like, it shit causes mental problems. Like, it causes fucking, I was a paranoid motherfucker. You know, I'd shoot at my own shadow. Like, fucking.
Yeah.
And that's just rah-rah bullshit, man. There ain't no room for it in the real world.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking room for it. And it's just wild, man, to think, like, to sit here and talk about how bad I was. Right? I should be fucking dead. Or, if not dead, in prison for at least a life sentence. Like,
Yeah.
that. Thank God, man. Thank God that's not how it fucking ended. Like,
No, because it you definitely got to the edge of that cliff and you had 1 foot off that sumbitch, bro.
yeah.
But you got pulled back up, you know. You got pulled back off that ledge though, but you was definitely halfway off that sumbitch though.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think about that it was almost 8 months ago when that happened.
Yeah, man.
That's wild that was that long ago.
Yeah.
I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's fucking like, you know. I don't know. I can't believe I did it. It is, without a doubt, the most embarrassing thing I've ever gone through. Like, but, you know, I deserve it. I deserve the embarrassment for what had happened. You know?
Right. Well, and you know, when you were in the coma, we were all sitting out there, at the, you know, in the hotel or in the hospital, and like talking about it, and it was like, man, well, there's two directions Leroy could go out of this situation. He could learn from it and change his life, or he could keep doing it and act like it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
And thank God you chose the first one.
Yeah, no shit, man. It's like,
Because it could have easily just been a thing where you were just like, you just kind of you could have just brushed the shit off and been like, nah, man, it wasn't a big deal. It ain't this, that, you know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah.
you could have easily done that. Because so many people do it.
yeah. Well, man, it just, the big thing that got me was I didn't remember how it happened.
Yeah.
And that's basically it, bro. I couldn't tell you how it happened. I don't know what I took to make me do it. The amount of what I took, I should say.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I knew how to do it. I knew how. It wasn't like I started doing drugs for a month and overdosed. Like, I've been doing this shit for years at that point, you know? And
I don't think we've ever talked about this in any of your interviews. Do you remember when that started? Not necessarily the first time you did anything other than just smoking. Do you remember when that started to become something that you were kind of doing regularly?
man,
Do you even remember?
No, and you know, I'll say this, it's I started it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't hanging out with nobody that made me do it. It wasn't I'm a grown motherfucker. Like, I did it. And at first, the first time I did cocaine, I was 18.
Yeah.
The next time I did cocaine, I was 19. And I didn't never start doing it regularly, but I didn't stop doing it either. So it was like,
just kind of
I would
here
do
and
it
there.
like, yeah. And you know, 21.
Yeah.
21. I'd say 21. By the time I turned 22, it had gotten to where it got to.
Yeah.
You know. And like,
it just progressively got where you was just doing it more and more, kind of one of those things where it went from just, I may do it here at a party or do it here.
Well, like, so, and I'm not trying to explain the whole underworld, but
right.
So when the pandemic hit, cocaine jumped to $80 a gram, $100, you know, for a lot of people. But if you if you knew where it was and, you know, how to get it, it was 80. Well, and that's when I was doing it, so I'd knock out features and shit. And I'd blow the fuck out of it and just fucking go, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, then it got towards the end, it was like, by the time I was 22, I could get like, I could get an 8-ball again for like $200 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was doing it by myself. It got to, at first it was like I was doing it with girls and partying and, you know, all that kind of shit. And then it got to where, you know, I got into a big country music kick. I was writing music, and I wasn't writing fucking love ballads and shit like that. You know, I was writing about shit I was doing, real, like, you know, quote unquote outlaw music, like.
Yep.
And
you was basically writing the soundtrack to what your life was at the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then down fucking with Sonny and them, you know, in Florida, it was all business. The first fucking 6 months I was up and at 'em, ready to go, fucking 9 a.m. every morning. We were fucking recording, you know, every day we were in the studio ready to record by then.
Yeah.
And me being who I am, I had some friends in South Florida, but within the first month of being down there, I made so many friends. Like, I was fucking living down there, and, you know, I had a clique I was running with. Like, I had running buddies. Like, we had a house to do cocaine in. Like, you know, like, it was great. And I met a bartender bitch named Ashley that lived on the other side of the Port Charlotte Bridge, and you know, I'd stay there a fucking couple nights out of the week, you know, and party on the weekends and take showers there and fucking just manage life. And I ran with you know, I did something for the a biker group, the Inglewood Iron Dogs, and then you know, we that led to doing a show for another biker group. You know, it was a club opening party, right, for the Iron Dogs. But they're you know, they're a support group for the Outlaw Motorcycle Club. So I got down there, and it's like, okay, well, I got buddies that I'm hanging out with during the day. I got biker buddies, and like, I still talk to these guys to this day. Like they're you know, they were very supportive of what I'm doing. They're very supportive now. Like, they fucking, but, you know, just like every other aspect of my fucking life, dude, when I got into rolling with them, you have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm not saying I proved myself like, hey, man, I went and shot up a bunch of Mongol bikers or nothing.
Right.
No.
You was just talking about from a partying aspect.
Yeah, a partying aspect. That, and like, you know, these motherfuckers, like, you don't, you know, like, I don't act a certain way in private and then go out in public and act a different way. Like, you know, in a lot of places, I'm the loudest in the room. And especially at that point, all fucking coked up, tuned up, and, you know, shit like that. So it's like, you know, while, we didn't get in, you know, I really didn't have too many fights in Florida. Like, it was just sort of like everyone fucking co-signed it and jumped in on the partying. Like, There's one time I had a 14-year-old kid named Joshua. Fucking black kid.
Mm-hmm.
He lived in the neighborhood of the studio. And at the end of the fucking neighborhood, Danny Duncan had his building and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this neighborhood's, you know, it's an old person community, but they're used to some antics, you know.
Right.
Well, this kid, Josh, was wearing a fucking Pooh Shiesty mask. And, like, it's one thing, I know it's cool now, but I can't remember who I had it. I saw someone explain it, and, like, they put how I thought into words, right? And, like, the shiesty mask and shit, yeah, that stuff's cool, but if I see you and you're wearing that, I'm watching you the whole fucking time.
Well, just like Worm said when he was like, you know, with the Rona when he got out of jail, he said usually when he sees somebody with a mask, he's ready to grab.
Yeah,
he's ready to grab. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, and like you know, I
Especially
felt a certain way about the mask too, but it's like the mask itself, you know, like it covers the borders of your face, your skull, your fucking and shit like that. And it's like I fucking, you know, I'm not paranoid. I'm all about peace. This is the best mindset I've ever been in my fucking life. Right. But before I wonder and question my fucking safety or my family's safety, I will blow your head off.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. And, you know, I'm not law enforcement or nothing like that, but personally, if I see someone wearing that mask, that's enough reasonable cause for me to
move different.
To be in the stance. At least be ready, you know, fucking like
Did you and him get into it?
Yeah. So Joshua, he okay, so I was in my Dodge truck. And my Dodge truck's a short bed. Well, I'm sitting there smoking weed with the windows up. And the car's not on. In Florida at night, it's like fucking 70 degrees. It feels like the AC's on. Like, it feels good. I didn't have to turn on the car. The car was off.
Yeah.
Truck was off. Well, this motherfucker walks up to my tailgate, right? There's no lights on in the truck at all. Like, it doesn't look like anyone's in there. Walks up to my tailgate. He's looking. I had like I think I had like a printer in the back or something. Well, he was looking at that. It was broken, but he was looking at that. And then I see him coming up to the side of my door, and it's dark out, so I can't tell it's a kid or not. He's wearing this fucking mask. This motherfucker opens my door. And I stick my leg out and I kick the door. So the door fucking hits him. And I get out of the fucking truck and he fucking fell from when it fucking kicked, right? Well, he turns around and gets up like he's running off. And I say, "You move, I'm shooting."
You didn't know who this person was?
Didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
He stopped. Well, then I hear a fucking kid's voice say, "Please don't shoot me." Well, the next 30 seconds, I'm cussing. "Motherfucker, who the fuck are you, bitch?"
Yeah.
And he says, "I'm sorry." Well, then it, like, the adrenaline's, like not there anymore.
I almost did
and
something really fucked up.
I almost shot a child.
Yeah.
And it's like, I told him, "Man, take off the fucking mask." He takes off the mask, dude. My first thought, I got like a churning in my stomach because I fucking thought immediately, like, dude, you almost shot a fucking.
Well, you knew what almost could have happened out of that.
Specifically a kid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have felt that way if it was a fucking 30-year-old man.
No, for sure.
But it just hit my fucking stomach, and all I could think about is, this fucking kid would have been dead. And I was like, "Dude, what are you doing, bro?" He's like, "Man, I'm just fucking walking around chilling." I was like, "You need some money?" He's like, "No." I was like, "What the fuck was you looking for in my fucking car?" He's like, "Man, to be honest with you, I smell," he said, "I smell weed." He's like, I thought maybe, you know, there'd be some weed or some roaches or something. I was like, how old are you, dude? He said, I'm 19. I was like, you ain't got no hair on your dick, bro. How old are you? He said, he's 14. I said, man, I can't give a 14-year-old kid weed.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't do that. I was like, but look, bro, like, this would have been completely different if you weren't wearing that mask.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, it's just fashion. I was like, it's fashion until you try to open a motherfucker's
Until that
door.
happened. Yeah, until that happened, yeah.
And then it's a tool.
That's just him not
Now it's a
knowing
tool.
the severity of what he... Right. It's a tool that's used, yeah.
And,
for robbing folks, yeah.
I showed him the gun I had. I had a fucking Springfield 9mm. I was like, man, this gun. He's like fucking 7 feet from me, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, this gun, I would not have missed, bro. That fucking mask and you opening the door, I almost shot you 16 fucking times. And I would have hit your fucking chest and rib cage. And maybe if I hit anything else, it would have been your fucking head.
Yeah.
He's sitting there talking, like, and it's just like, I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this kid. And this isn't an old person, you know, 90% old person community.
Yeah.
So cops aren't just patrolling like that.
Right. It's not like a highly...
By coincidence, we're talking. A cop drives by. And I wave at him. He fucking kept on going. I fucking didn't stop the cop or nothing. I told him, I was like, look, man. I was like, where do you live? He said, oh, I live around the corner. I was like, you live in this neighborhood? He's like, yeah. I was like, hey, man, just fucking common sense 101. Don't shit where you sleep. But yeah, I was like, because imagine if I figured out it was you and I didn't have any context I do now. Yeah. Oh, a guy named Joshua is the one that did it. He lives in this house. I don't know you're 14. Right. I don't know all you're looking for is weed.
I just know you stole from him.
So when I know, like the next time, you know, 2 nights later when every one of your fucking windows and doors in your house is fucking blowed off the hinges, like, that's all your fault. That's your fault. Yeah. Like, I asked him, I was like, what do you do? What do you do, man? He's like, well, I want to make music. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm a rapper. He's like, no. I was like, yeah, I'm a rapper. He's like, I'm Leroy Biggs. And he goes, no, like, and he tried to act like he knew who I was. And then, he didn't know my music, but he had followed me on TikTok. Okay. So the motherfucker was following me on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man, I record right here. We make music. He's like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's like, man, it's like, stop trying to fucking rob people. If you see me, say, what's up, Leroy? Holler at me. I'll holler back at you. It's like, you were friends, I'll holler back at you. I don't give a fuck. It's like, you do good and work something out. I was like, I'll work something out with you. I may do music with you or something. You never know. Just fucking, you know. I know damn sure I can get you some recording time, you know. And we shook on it. And I said, hey, man, I need that mask. And he said, he's like, I bought it, man. I bought it for $20. I gave him a $10 bill. I was like, the other 10's me not fucking sending your ass to jail, you little bastard. And fucking, he left the mask. And like a month later, we had the hurricane, and I never saw the kid again, which, you know, it's kind of a fucking bummer, but it's just like, yeah. And see, like, I'm even thinking back now, you know, where I was 100, I still believe I'm 100% in the fucking right. But it's like, I had coke in my system. I had all this other shit, you know, like.
Well,
So.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. It's,
This is something that we could do that would be fun. Let's do this. This is the first time I've ever done this on ChadArmesTV, but I've been trying to think of ideas for like when I do interviews with people. I'll say somebody's name, and then you just give a 30 to 45 second, 60 second on your thoughts on that person. Some of the people you're going to know personally, some of them you probably won't. They're all going to be artists, most likely. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Jelly Roll.
An innovator for Nashville, as far as like, you know, the have-nots.
Yep.
Jelly's shown me a lot of love coming up from day, you know, from the word go. He's shown me a lot of love. He actually knew of me as far as just like being around, like, you know what I mean? Like he knew, like, and when I went, fun fact, when I first got my phone after fucking overdose, and I went live with Jelly.
Yep.
And you know, he has, you know, all this shit in the world going on right now, and he'll still message, you know, every, you know, couple months or so, and be like, hey man, I'm fucking proud of you.
Yeah.
So but unbiased, I'd say innovator.
Yeah. Struggle Jennings.
My older cousin. He's my older fucking cousin. He fucking, we come from a common place. I like to think, you know, he's lived the same life. He fucking lived a life that I was getting into before I got into it.
Yeah.
You know, and so he's always by default kind of play, you know, we don't see each other much or talk, but it's always like a fucking a big cousin role. But like before, like, and you know, he has the, you know, he can have that mentor role and the big homie role, but like specifically him, it's always been an older family member role. But as far as the music goes, you know, from what he's talking about and the actual context and content of his music, I would say original.
Yeah.
Original. Like he, you know, he's not glorifying any life. And then he came out, you know, with, I think, the biggest song to date's God, We Need You Now.
Yep.
You know, so, you know, it's a very conservative song. It, you know, that he aligned a conservative following with a have-not following. And then a while back, you know, they ran them dope-ass kill all pedophile merch.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it, you know, now he's gone from just strictly outlaw to more like family entertainment, I guess, you know, in a sense. So that's what I'll say about Struggle.
Yeah. Adam Calhoun.
Blue collar. I'll say blue collar about Adam. You know, he has which he didn't, you know, he doesn't have the same story as Struggle, but you know, as we later found out, he, you know, he did some time in prison. He got the merch on lock.
Yeah.
Motherfucker has a merchandise empire. And specifically, which I'm, you know, a lot of these guys, they gave an open door to me because I was Upchurch's homie.
Yeah.
That's what opened the door for me, I'll say it. And, you know, they just, once they came and fucked with me, they realized, like, well, damn, he's a real motherfucker too, you know. And so, like, Adam's always, he checks on me, you know. He kind of does like Jelly's been doing, you know, and his is like, you know, we'll talk maybe once a month.
Yeah.
And so Adam Calhoun's blue collar, and yeah.
All right. Colt Ford.
Mogul. So Colt Ford has always shot the shit with me, like
Yep.
when we talk, right? So like, Colt Ford didn't hit. First time I talked to Colt Ford, first time I met Colt Ford.
Yeah.
We were at the Sound Kitchen studio with, I pulled up, I was helping Adam.
Yeah.
I was helping Adam.
Yeah, because we was up here with you. Me and Mel was up here with you.
Yeah. It's the first time I met Colt Ford.
Okay, hell yeah. 2021, yep.
But we were talking, off and on, and the first time, we kept talking, kept up. One day he texted me, he's like, hey man, you play golf? I was like, yeah, I play golf. He's like, you don't play golf in Hawaii? And I was like, what? Like, he's like, man, I'm doing something, motherfucker. You want to come down here and play? And I was like, man, I don't fly on planes. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, only person get me on a plane is Jesus Christ himself, and Jesus Christ didn't tell me to do it. Like,
yeah. And you know what's crazy for the ChadArmesTV listeners? That phone call you got from Colt Ford was during one of the day in the lives that we were filming in this driveway, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure. And maybe it wasn't the call, but it was a call. It was something along the lines of that. I'm almost positive.
Yeah. So, and too, like, I've had some business with Average Joe's, or potential business.
Yeah.
And it's like, I fucked up the first 2 times and I couldn't do it. And like, Colt Ford gave me an invite to my first red carpet event for the movie Old Henry with Tim
film.
Blake Nelson and all them. And so that's why I call him a mogul. He owns the Average Joe's in the building off of Nolensville Road, or off Keystone Drive, that's off Nolensville Road, and in Antioch. And he does what he wants to, so I can respect that. He does what he wants to, and he's all the people so far have kept it real with me. Yep. The only person I would say, like, personally that I've known would be Struggle.
Yeah.
Just because,
family ties, yeah.
And with that family ties comes some, like, bickering and shit, and not necessarily from us.
Personally, just in the family.
But but yeah, they're all cool.
Upchurch.
My homie, my brother, man, he got me started. And his album will speak for it. So he's a pioneer.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
None of these guys knew him. Like, he did. Like, he had to have his own. He had to establish himself.
Yep.
He didn't come in with the cosign. He came in and started with the videos. He was always a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He was rapping right down there at the beginning, and he got a following on Vine. The Vine helped Instagram helped Facebook, and
it's like an avalanche effect.
But here's the thing, man. He was always working. Like, if it wasn't music, he was working on a video. If it wasn't a video, he was working on a music video. And then B-Loose came, and so he's a fucking pioneer, man. He's he's unapologetic. Fuck saying sorry. I really ran with that. I understood what he was saying. He's a pioneer, and I'll say, from as far as, like, the finished product and what he shows and what he does and what he documents, as far as, like, coinciding with, what he thinks and what he believes, it's authentic.
Yeah.
It's authentic. So I'd say Church is a pioneer and authentic.
Hell yeah. You liking this? It's pretty cool, ain't it?
Yeah. I think it's like categories,
Yeah.
Like, it's
I just thought it'd be a cool thing, so we'll do a few more. Young Buck.
he's a staple, a mascot for Nashville. Like, you know, and he's a fucking rapper, dude. He's just like, all these motherfuckers are cool rappers, good rappers. You know, I'm not taking nothing away from their ability and their talent. Young Buck's a fucking rapper. Like, this motherfucker, with all the drama and the fucking, you know, the scandals and fucking rumors and shit, that's like, nothing stopped Young Buck. You know, whether it's fucking rumors about this, that, or bankruptcy, or oh, he's in jail or he's out of jail, and he always put out music, and like, none of it ever lacked. Like, it was all like, you know, like, he wasn't doing anything different. It was all rapping, and it just you know. And then finally, like, I've met him a couple times, but getting to meet him in North Carolina and talk to him, and Charlie had done me justice talking about me beforehand, and then fucking introducing, and you know, so Young Buck's a staple. He's kind of like a Cashville, you know. He made the saying Cashville cool.
Oh, for sure, bro.
He's
without a doubt.
You know, so I would say
staple. That's a good one.
Yeah, staple.
Haystack.
Pioneer.
Yeah.
I call him a pioneer. I have now Haystack, you know, he's been in it 30 years. So with that being said, you know, the scandals and the rumors, and once Haystack got successful, somebody was trying to tear him down. And a lot of people have that, but like, he was really successful. You know, he was before streaming. And even in streaming, the old shit's fucking streamed. And you know, it was off and on for a while, but Haystack's always given me my flowers. Haystack really, really, really is a gangster. I know he got slapped, and I know, you know, Stack's had some goofy shit happen, but you know, Stack fed a lot of people. He really did. Stack really fed a lot of people, man. And he's always, you know, he's always been more than willing to give advice, and, you know, and he's always given me my fucking flowers. He's always, you know, he reached out to me to tell me I'm dope. And I really respect and appreciated that. And I respected him either way.
Right.
You know, I bumped Stack. Stack got bumped in my car growing up. So
yeah, well, you spoke about that in the interview when you was talking about what first got you, what, like, rap was first getting you into rap
seeing
music,
the
and
Natural
Lil Wayne
fucking CD,
Natural. Bubba
Bubba Carey, man. Bubba, he's on the comeback. I think Bubba's on the comeback. We've been talking about you know, what we want to do. We knew we wanted to do something and it not just be a track.
Right.
So, little inside baseball, within the next month, me and Bubba Sparks will be in a studio together.
Fire.
But Bubba helped connect white people with rap
at a mainstream level, for sure.
At a mainstream level.
From the South.
Yeah.
I guess we could say that, because Eminem had already been out, and even Stack had been out, but Stack was Bubba, when Bubba and Timbaland made it like national.
Stack was the first one to give Southern white boys a little bit of street credit. Bubba, like you said, made a Southern white boy fucking that does rap mainstream.
Yeah.
So,
well, here's another one while we're in that same category. Lil White.
old Pat, OG Pat. Lil White's been so cool with me.
Dude,
like
he's the
fucking,
best, man.
he's been so cool with me, man. And it's like,
he loves you, dog.
Not that we rekindled, but we started fucking around heavier because like we're going through, you know, we're both 7 months sober.
Yep.
And he's giving me flowers for the music and shit, but he gave me flowers on that. And like, it was authentic.
That hits different than just
yeah, man. And it's like, you know, like a lot of people not that they overlooked it, but for one, they never thought about it. And two, like, I didn't fucking title loan my truck. I didn't sell everything. I went and made the money to do it. And like, you know, like, the only reason I quit is because I died. My mama found me dead. Like, and I feel like if anybody gets that, it'd be a Lil White.
No,
you know,
for sure.
So,
Patrick,
yeah,
Lil White genuinely cares about other human beings.
Well,
and even in the position he's in,
specifically me, like,
for sure.
You know, like, he cares about a lot of people, like you said, but like, he just like you said too, like he just like, he's always been down for me, and he's one person I can say like we really don't have a repertoire together, especially on some other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, yeah, man. So Lil White, like you said, he did the same thing to help make it, and you know that, and he earned that though. 3-6 song gave him a shout, and he's loyal.
Yep.
You know, like talent's only a part of it.
Yep.
Like, if you're a disloyal motherfucker, rap music ain't for you. Like, it's not.
No,
like,
not for the long haul.
No, man.
You can come in here and get a little bit of piece of change for a quick minute, but people will sniff that out, and that shit won't last.
Oh yeah, bro. And so like,
shout out Lil White.
Yeah, we about to hit the road again. So hey, give me another one. I like it, man.
Sunny Paradise.
A mogul. I'll go saying mogul. A visionary.
That's a really good word for
a visionary. Sonny P. Me and Sonny were like fire and gasoline, man. Just because like we got each other, so immediately we respected each other, right? And like we would clash, and half the time it was because we were saying the same thing differently, right? But like Sonny saw something in me, like it wasn't, you know, Sonny didn't hit me up to work. I met Sonny and I introduced the idea to him.
Yeah.
And Sonny did something cool for the culture, man. Sonny fucking did something cool for Southern rap. I genuinely believe Sonny's side about a lot of the shit he talks about. Just because, I mean, so him and Cole produced Mr. Biggs. I mean, so there's that. And nowadays, like, it's my exit from Street Flavor was for every other reason than music. Then, you know, like, it was just like my dad passed away. I was a drug addict at the moment. It just wasn't working how it was, and it wasn't their fault. You know, it was mine, and I had to leave. Nowadays, Sonny is a mentor. You know, he checks on me, and he's not checking as far as like, you know, we may mention content or something like that, but he's calling just to check on like my headspace. So I appreciate that. But Sonny's a visionary.
T-Stoner.
T-Stone.
Stone Baby Sounds.
So I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying these other people aren't. I don't mean that at all.
Yeah.
Original. Stoner's a family values guy. Like, he did my first album. He saw, I didn't know how to write. He, metaphorically held my hand and helped me get through the album. He's always been he always let me know I could pick up and call.
Yeah.
And we've gamed together. Like,
Yeah.
it's so Stoner's original. He's a good friend. I really don't open up to many people unless, like, we're there specifically to do that.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I hadn't seen Stoner in a while, and he was at the hospital when I OD'd.
Yeah.
He brought drinks for my family. He fucking, like, and you did the same. Not
Right.
saying, not taking.
No. Yeah.
But
we're a lot more closely knit with you.
And
I see what you're saying.
It's just like, I love the man. I love everybody we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it just a lot of family and love I think of when I think of Stoner, because it's like we're gaming. He heard kids playing in the background when I was playing. Now he games at the studio, so I don't hear kids in the background. But like,
Yeah.
it's just Stoner's a good friend. Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool little segment, man. I think I'm gonna do that. This is the first time I've done it, but like I think that's kind of a cool little thing for ChadArmesTV. Like when we do interviews, like obviously I'll try to keep it more generalized to like people that like you're familiar with, and I know you very well, so I know who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think it's just cool to kind of get people, get your take on some of those people.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
This is where I wrecked and Cheryl Crow kept me out of jail.
Oh yeah. Was that the Ultima?
That babe. Yeah.
Shout out Chucky.
Yeah. Shout out Chuck 5.
Chuck 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. This was dope. This has been it's been an hour and 5 minutes. We just shot a podcast in the car.
Hell, end it and restart it, and I'll no, never mind. Let's talk for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So, now that we did like the round robin segment where we kind of just got your take on different people.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a good one. And this, shout out to Mel. This is something Mel said it would be cool if I started doing. Who is Leroy Biggs?
Leroy Biggs is a kid at heart, who's country as fuck, raised by conservative parents that grew up in a half country, half urban environment. Sorry, that motherfucker. I thought
you got it. I'll piece it in.
I'm an authentic person now because of for lack of a better phrase, trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
I am a recovering drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
I have strong family. I'm a smorgasbord of things.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you this. Who's Leroy Biggs? Ask it again.
Who is Leroy Biggs?
A $2 pistol. Next question. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what's next for you, Bubba? Like what does 2024 have in store for Leroy Biggs? Because I know it's going to be our biggest year, content wise. I can 100% guarantee the listeners and watchers that. From a content standpoint, but just from on your side, like music, just personal goals outside of music. Just what do you look for in 24?
I mean, this'll be the year that I fucking like for sure verify my stance and name in what we do.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear right there, so.
It fucking you know, I'm gonna work this year to keep my family straight. And you know, personally, I'm working on a closer relationship with God. But and not that I was doing it for results. I'm doing it for, like, you know, my mental health, spirituality, all that.
Peace
but
of mind, yeah.
as soon as I really did it, shit started popping for me, man. Like right now, I'm fucking popping, you know, and it just speaks for its fucking self, dude. Like, fuck, like karma's real, man. Karma is fucking real. God is real. Like, you know, like you said, content, like, people know me and they've never seen me.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's
the goal, bro.
That's crazy to think about, but I think that's a testimony for, like, how larger than life my personality is. You know, and, like, now that I'm fucking sober, man, it's like I got that boyish charm back, bitch. Like,
no,
fucking,
sure.
like, it's like shit's not fucking, you know, fuck, like, fuck, you know, like, it's we're laughing again, we're making fart jokes, like, fucking, like, shit's what it's supposed to be. And you know, it's redemption year for Leroy, put it that way. It's
those are all good goals, especially for when you were saying the redemption year, but also saying, proving to everybody why you should be at the top of the list of people when you think of the genre that you're in. Like, that was a very good description. Like,
it's just like, how do I put it? Like, I fucking, like, I was so worried about living a certain life that I fucking almost
died trying to live a certain life, basically.
All right.
Stop it.
No, you're good. You're good.
Shout out U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah, shout out One Hand Whipping, texting, going through 2 lanes. Couldn't do it if I was fucked up, could I? Pussy.
And he's back.
Yeah. I'll have Chad ride with me. I gotta go meet a buddy.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm looking forward to what you got in 2024, bro. Like I said, new music, you know, content, and just keep growing the brand, bro. Stay on the path that you're on. Everything gonna be good.
Yeah, man. It's and here, like, one thing I learned, man, that I think's gonna help keep me on the right path, and if nothing else, keep me fucking alive. I'm not breaking my my peace and shit that I know to be true for anybody. Like I've said it many years and never did it, but like this is the year. Fuck, I'm my own person. I'm my own people. Like I'm fucking. You know, I'm not gonna be. You know, I'm not gonna be expendable unless it's two people that are expendable to me. And you know, I had a lot of anger and a lot of hate in my heart and shit. And it was just because I was coming from a bad side, man. Anybody else would do that too if they were coming from a bad side, you know? And like, the real world ain't about motherfucking shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and fucking, you know, live in a fucking facade, man. Like, I was fucking operating on the fact that, if we don't see eye to eye, we're gonna get to fighting right the fuck here, you know? And like, no, bro, these motherfuckers ain't on that time. Like, no, dude, you gonna scare these people, Steve. Shut up, you know? And
hell yeah, dude.
shout out the fucking Fuchsia Blue Infinity in 2003. That would have cost fucking $50,000. Fall from grace, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
Look, she pumping her gas she done got divorced. She pumping her gas. God damn it, Terry couldn't keep me. Terry couldn't keep me. I was driving a BMW. I had to buy a Volvo now. Like,
shit's changed. It humbled her.
Yeah, you find God.
Yeah.
We found love in a hopeless place.
Y'all be sure to subscribe to Leroy Biggs. Follow him on Instagram, man. ChadArmesTV.
Yeah, join the cult.